I'm inspired by all of the amazing women scientists that work at QIMR. There's actually so many that work here, and I feel really, really lucky that I get to come to work every day and work with women who are just such outstanding scientists. It's really a privilege.
I think I'm extremely lucky because I've always had very good mentors and very supportive family. And I think I never really see anything as being barriers. Really, I'm just very interested in what I do, and I'm very lucky to be able to do that.
Most important thing is that I've never felt intimidated with working with men or women. It's always equal. Being in QIMR, I've always felt they've respected the gender equality here, and also I've always felt safest here while working. And yeah, be it men or women, everybody is very supportive here.
A diverse approach is exactly what we need to solve some of these issues. And so the more we can do to encourage women to not only pursue science, because that's already being done, but to stick with science and to make it to positions like laboratory heads and people who are making the decisions, I think that's crucial. And so we should be encouraging that. It's a different perspective sometimes, which is really useful in something like science.
There was June Halliday, and she was my PhD supervisor, Greg's PhD supervisor. And when June got married, she was encouraged to step away from science and just have children. Which she did have children, but she didn't step away from science. June, working on iron as she did, was nicknamed one of the Iron Ladies. So I hope to get to the top of my field and be one of the Iron Ladies. But I don't think I'm up against as many obstacles as what June was.
So we went from having meetings in one of the buildings on the fire stairs at the back, because we had no meeting rooms. That was men, women, everybody. And me bringing in my youngest child on a mat in the laboratory to do experiments. That is so unsafe now, and so would not be appropriate. But what else could you do in those days? The changes I've seen over the last 35 years have been many, but in some senses the culture of QIMR has stayed the same. Scientists actually collaborate at a very equal level that values whatever you bring. It celebrates women at the top, and that is great for us women who've had families.
It is a bit of a juggling act, and sometimes you will drop a few balls, but you can pick them up. At night I have calls with international collaborators and kids coming out to ask about what they're having for dinner and things like that. Last year, because I had my son last year, and so I was breastfeeding and giving a radio interview at the same time and hoping that he wouldn't start crying in the middle of it. But it was all good. There's so many great women researchers. So I've been lucky to be surrounded by those women, and they've had families, and I know that they've been able to balance those things, and it's always made me feel like I can achieve these things because I can see these models out there.
For me to say I'm the first one who's going to complete a PhD as a Woppaburra woman, and for my grandchild, even my daughters, to see that the possibility of that, they're both tertiary educated, as a single mum, to complete 3 or 4 degrees and then see my children come through, and now my granddaughters all, look, I could do that, Nanny. I could actually do that. She's thinking about marine biology. So I said, Bub, it's possible. Women can do anything. You don't have to be limited to anything, it's there. And if not, you make your way there.